How everybody doing? How everybody doing? And how everybody doing? You hear me? If you found this message, wherever you are, whenever you find this message, you hear me? May it find you healthy, happy, and whole. You heard? Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness to the cosmic consciousness, soul control, family and soul tribe. New subscribers, welcome to the family. Peekaboos and passerbys. You hear me? Everybody count. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. Radiating, operating, vibrating, emanating, exaltating in the highest frequency and best version of yourself. As for me, I am all the above. I'm feeling good for no reason at all. Feeling good is feeling God. You hear me? I was just thinking as I was cleansing, preparing myself to get ready to come tap in, how when it comes to human behaviors or our behavior and our actions, you know, human and God alike, you hear me? Because we're not all the same. But when it comes to our behaviors, it's easier to talk about the what than it is to question the why. What I mean by that is it's easy to talk about what occurred, what happened, what was said, and never question why it was said in the first place. And my question that I want to pose to y'all is, why do we do that? Why is it so easy for us to talk about the what and never question the why? Because the why hold all the answers to what. The why hold all the answers to the what. And I want to say it again. The why hold all the answers to the what. I realize that the reason we don't get the answers to things that we may be looking for, whatever it is because we don't ask the right questions, you know. And I ain't talking about, when I say the why, I don't mean the why concerning the reason to spread more gossip about what happened in the first place. No, I mean the why concerning what promoted it to happen in the first place. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. See, we all light working, even those who chose the dark. So you gotta know what throne you belong on. You gotta know what throne you belong to. You hear me? And I say that because getting love, getting love in what I do feel way much more in getting love from what I do. You heard? Because if you're not in that place of getting love in what you do, by loving what you do, then you'll always find yourself looking for validation, approval for somebody, you hear me? And that ain't no place you want to find yourself. So getting love in what I do feel way more better than getting love from what I do. If you get it, you get it. Because nobody can love you like you. I just came through to say a few things tonight, you feel me? And spark our minds, spark our thoughts in a different direction, you know, from my perception. And if not me, who? You hear me? If not me, who? Because everything we know, somebody else told us. Now, a lot of people might find a problem with that. But it ain't no problem that if you're on the planet Earth could be found with that. Because we can't, if we hear, we only hear by way of somebody else. And if you have children, then you understand what I said, because they only hear by way of you. You heard? But everything we know, somebody else told us. And in consequence to that, my question to us is, again, what have we told ourselves? That's not a question. It's a question and it's not a question. It's a question and it's a statement. If everybody If everything we know, somebody else told us, there's a consequence to that. But what that consequence is will depend on each and every individual as pertaining to each and every individual according to how they related and or understand and overstand the experiences that we have had since we have been here. Everything we know, somebody else told us. But what have we told ourselves in consequence to that? See, and from my observation, you hear me? I ain't trying to be right or wrong, especially for nobody else, but from my observation, it's up for you to decide whether it's right or wrong for you. I'm gonna just share it, but from my observation, that's the path less traveled. And you gotta break it all down, regardless of what you was taught, you know? Regardless of what's the word I'm looking for? Regardless of the tradition you come from, you gotta break it all down to rebuild. You hear me? Rebuild yourself. I say that because when it comes to everything I know, according to what I experienced, for me to know anything that I do know, I chose early. I had my mind made up at 10 years old, according to the things I witnessed, according to the things I saw, according to the things I heard, and according to the things I experienced. And for y'all that been around long enough, y'all know a little bit of my story, you hear me? But when it comes to everything I experienced to shape and mold me into what I would know or what I would apply myself to unknow, you hear me? Because everything we know, because it was taught to us, wasn't good for us. So sometimes you got to unknow some things, you know. If you don't listen, you're going to miss it. But when it comes to everything I know, according to what I experienced, they said I was crazy because I went against them. You know, family traditions, the system, society, the community, so forth and so on. They said I was crazy for going against them. But in my mind, I would have been crazy if I tried to fit in with them. That's gonna speak to somebody. See, we would have been more crazy trying to fit in with the things, with the situations and the people and the circumstances that was making up was intended to make us think we was crazy in the first place, just so we could find our path. You hear me? I say that to say, so for those who are new, I say that to say, so in a lot of things that you may hear me say, I reveal the illusion so we can move from ourselves. Or another way to say that is, if somebody don't come through and trigger and be a trigger to the ways that we have been tricked, how are we gonna untrick ourselves? So it's an honor to be me, and my name is Sawu. You hear me? Like I say, I ain't intending to take too much time, but I want to come through and drop a few jewels, nuggets, and tidbits. And if anybody aged enough to remember, I'm a 70s baby, but if anybody aged enough to remember, it used to be a commercial that come on. And in this commercial was a character named Smokey the Bear. And Smokey the Bear had a motto. He was according to the commercial, he was a fire chief. And he had a motto that said, only you can cause forest fires. Only you can prevent forest fires, pardon me. Don't go start no fires, y'all. Y'all, pardon self, I ain't say that right. Only you can prevent forest fires. But as a child, and since a child, that always stuck with me. I never know why, you know. But as I'm sitting here sharing this, it's clear why it stuck with me. See, although he was talking about causing physical fires with the element of fire, you hear me? I always heard that only you could prevent forest fires on a deeper level, on the inner level, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Not knowing how the way that I heard things was shaping me, you know, but the way that I heard things and the way that I saw things was shaping me, just like it was shaping you. See, if y'all remember, I said earlier, I had my mind made up since I was 10 years old. So, some don't get into their own mind till later on, you know, because we all come from different experiences that tap us in earlier than others, you hear me? But I always heard that from a deeper level. See, it's easy to spend time, and too much time, thinking about other people's problems, other people's fires. You see? And it's even worse to spend too much time thinking about your own. Or you could spend ways, better ways, finding ways to create solutions. See, I don't care what happened in the world. You respond to what you tell you. I ain't know this as a child, but I know it as a grown adult. Only you can control your inner world. And from that space, only you can control, only you can control what you tell you. Only you can control what you tell you. And only you will respond to what you tell you. I'm trying to be, this is very important. I say that because it's a million things that will try to prevent us from doing what I would call our soul mission. And at the same time, those million things are meant to lead us to it. As I said earlier, once again, I had my mind made up since I was 10 years old. And some of y'all had y'all mind have y'all mind made up earlier than that, according to your experiences. But I'm glad. I'm glad I did. You hear me? See, when you follow your own path, when you move to your own tune, and you dance to your own beat, in some cases it don't, in some cases it won't, and in others it may not sit well with people. When you follow the guidance of your inner voice, your higher self, whatever you may know it as, you hear me? But I can only serve one master, you hear me? So I serve the world by being me. That's gonna resonate with some of y'all out there. Don't stop being you. Don't stop being you. And to affirm that you're moving to the rhythm of your own circadian movements, I want to remind you, do what make your soul happy. Do what make your soul happy. That's the only thing that's going to allow you to feel free. You hear me? And to be free, I do what works for me. It's an honor to be here. My name is Sawu. Tonight's emoji will be a traffic light. You hear me? Tonight's emoji will be a traffic light for the end of the month raffle. As I said before, we all light working, even those who chose the dark. But we gotta know what throne we belong to. So since we all light working, we're gonna use a traffic light for the nice emoji. Other than that, thank you for your time, energy, and effort, and all that other good stuff. New subscribers, watch the video, place the emoji, which is the traffic light in the comment section. Simple as that. For your raffle submission. Otherwise, family and soul tribe, feel good for no reason at all. Feeling good is feeling God, and don't forget to love big. You hear me? Nobody can't do that for you, and if it's in you, you ain't got to worry about trying to put nothing on you to make up for it. My name is Sawu. Peace.